And now, ladies and gentlemen, in our viewing audience, it's time once again for the Laughing Report, when Dick and Dan look at the news, past, present, and future.
What's the news across the nation? We have got the information in a way we hope will amuse you. We just love to give you our views. Ladies and gents, listen to news.
Here's Dickie.
Hi, Big Dick here. Featurette. Dateline Hollywood, French International Pictures, announced today that they will do a remake of the Adam and Eve story starring Raquel Welch. The movie will be called How Do You Like Them Apples? Incidentally, San Francisco has made an offer for the Queen Elizabeth. If the bid is successful, that'll give California the two biggest queens in the world. Naturally, a spokesman for Ronald Reagan denies this. Representatives of the National Rifle Association said today that anyone who would sell guns to minors and unstable people should be shot. Montgomery, Alabama. The education strike in Alabama ended today when the teacher returned. Paris, a famous French exterminator, Pierre Cosset, recently lived for 2 months on nothing but DDT pills to prove that they are not harmful to the human system. Everything went well until this morning. While putting on his pants, his fly died.
It's bad news, Zora.
California Governor Reagan announced today that he intends to leave his brain to the science department at the University of California at Berkeley. In gratitude, Berkeley officials said that they intend to do everything possible to keep the governor alive. Dateline West Germany. The Bonn government has denied reports that Germany is experiencing a resurgence of Nazism. He further stated that those responsible for the reports would never dare spread such malicious rumors if they still had relatives in Germany. And that goes for your cat, too. Take it away, Goldie.
Ta-da! And now, here's Dan with the news of the future. North, east, boom. Take it away, Dan! What's the news across the nation?
Goldie, I'd love to hear more, but you've already done that. It's time to introduce me.
Oh. Dan Rowan, I'd like you to meet Goldie Hawn.
No. I've met you before. You remember.
I know.
Yeah, the future.
You're no fun anymore, Danny boy.
Oh.
Look arrive.
And now, with the news of the future, 20 years from now, here's Dan.
That was terrible, Goldie. Shape up. And here is the man that couldn't... Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me extreme pleasure to undiminished gratification to be entrusted with the complexities of circum... Ooh, thank you. An auditory delight to herald the arrival of one foremost practitioner of the art of news broadcasting, Mr. Dan Rowan.
That's easy for you to say.
Where did you go?
Well, you want to take the judge?
Samala. We forgot something. Yeah?
What did all of that she said before mean? What did it mean?
What did it mean, Em? Here comes the Dan.
All right. They could keep you going like that for hours, but now it's time to settle down to some of the more serious news. Here's the news of the future. Night. Well, that's infectious.
Berlin, 20 years from now, 1989. There was dancing in the streets today as East Germany finally tore down the Berlin Wall.
Joy was short-lived, however, as the wall was quickly replaced with a moat full of alligators. Item, Washington, D.C., 1988. President Ronald Reagan today denied once again that he is a candidate for the office of Governor of California. Dublin, 1988. With marriage in the church recently sanctioned, the Archbishop and his lovely bride, Sister Mary Catherine, said, "This time it's for keeps." California, 1988. Racial discrimination was finally eliminated in Los Angeles today when the smog became so dense that it was impossible to determine anyone's color. News of the future, Washington, D.C., 2 years from now. While leaving his office today, Ralph Nader suffered a broken ankle when his left leg gave out from under him. He immediately launched a suit against his mother and father, charging faulty production. News of the future, New York, 1991. The United Nations today met an emergency session over the growing hostility between its only remaining member. A motion was made to withdraw from the UN, but it was tabled by a vote of 1-0. Well, it is time for the Spiro Agnew News Report.
How much news would an Agnew choose if an Agnew could choose news?
As you know, no news is good news, so here's the good news.
We're not going to present the Spiro Agnew News Report.
Say, that is good news.
Da-de-da, ladies and gents. Laugh in, looked at the news.
Not